The beloved Nickelodeon sitcom iCarly is returning to television and Netflix this year. Are you pumped to watch? There are a few things you should know before tuning in. Keep watching for the inside scoop about the reboot. Carly's 2021 life. There is a lot of speculation about what the storyline for the iCarly reboot will look like. Obviously, the show ended with the primary character as a teenager, and she has since grown into an adult. Cosgrove is now 27 and Cress is 28. There is also a lot of new kinds of technology these days that was not around at the time of the show. YouTube is an even bigger deal, with many influencers coming together and forming groups to produce content. TikTok has become widely popular and has a major fan base. There's a lot of content that can be written surrounding the new technology. There are always a lot of fans curious to find out whether or not the characters got married, whether or not they had children, and what they are doing with their careers. Is Carly still doing her web show, or did she move on to bigger and better things? How will producers explain Sam and Gibby's absences? Fans will have to wait to find out. The information has been released that there will be 2 new main characters on the show for the reboot. However, their names have not yet been revealed. Likely due to McCurdy's absence, Carly will have a new best friend. She has been described as someone who dreams of being a fashion designer and pushes Carly out of her comfort zone. Freddie will also have a stepdaughter who is obsessed with social media and doesn't like the old technology Carly used for her web show. She considers Carly to be washed up and seeks her own kind of fame. It's not clear who Freddie married and how he has a stepdaughter. Unfortunately, for those who shipped Sam and Freddie romantically, it doesn't look like they could get it together in the end. Crazy cast reactions. Cosgrove has spoken out to share her excitement about the reboot, and she even shared a photo of what appeared to be the set of the show. She's looking forward to delivering some happiness to longtime fans. iCarly was a huge part of my childhood, and I have so many memories from my time making the show. I feel like I grew up alongside the viewers, she said in an interview in January 2021. My biggest hope for the revival is that it brings the people who watched the original series a lot of joy. The new show is mainly being made with all of the original fans in mind. Although we hope families will enjoy it together, this version of the show will be more mature and follow our lives now. One of the show's writers, Jay Kogan, is also very excited to take part in the reboot. He's looking forward to writing a more mature version of the popular show. In December of 2020, Kogan tweeted, "People were asking what I was doing. Now I can tell you. We get to make iCarly for adults." He also talked a little bit about what the fans can expect from the show and explained why the decision was made to make the reboot for a more mature audience. Because the audience that watched it then are now, generally speaking, adults. Carly and Freddie are in their mid-20s. Why would we do a kids show about young people in their 20s? Kids can watch our show like they watch Big Bang Theory or Friends, but it's made for adults, he explained. On December 10th of 2020, shortly after the big announcement of the reboot, Cress expressed his excitement on Twitter. "Wake up the members of my nation," he wrote, attaching a link to an article about the revival. Fans are concerned. While the majority of fans appear excited about the reboot, there is some skepticism about whether or not it'll work now that the cast is so much older. Reboots are often a risky thing, and some fans of the show just don't know if the reboot will have the same popularity the show once had. Reboots tend to be pretty underwhelming, so as nostalgic as this one may be, I don't think it'll do the original show justice, said Anna Waybright. Other fans are concerned that a reboot is being made despite the serious struggles McCurdy admitted to having while creating the show. If the work environment creating iCarly was truly toxic, then perhaps a reboot could cause stress on the cast members. As much as we love iCarly and many of the TV shows that were a very big part of our childhood, we also need to take into account that McCurdy might have some honest and real reasons why she might not want to join the project again, said Brianna Whittison. Other fans are curious to see what direction the writers take with the reboot and are simply excited to see their favorite cast reunited again. A lot of these fans grew up along with this cast, and now they'll have the opportunity to connect with them again in a new way. Missing cast members. In addition to Miranda Cosgrove, Nathan Kress will be returning to take on his role of Freddie, and Jerry Traynor will be taking on his role of Spencer. Noticeably missing from the reboot announcement is Jeanette McCurdy, who played Carly's best friend Sam. It's not clear why McCurdy is not expected to be in the reboot, and she has yet to make any statement regarding her absence. However, she did post a picture of the exciting reboot to her Instagram stories. McCurdy previously spoke out about some challenging times she had as a young person working on the show and noted that she developed an ED during that time. It's likely that her bad experience in the past made her not want to participate again. In a recent op-ed, McCurdy explained that the shallow nature of her character on the show began to bother her as she got older. She also struggled with the idea that she was meant to be someone that children looked up to, yet she didn't want to be. I had also become acutely aware that I was a role model for kids, which I felt like I was supposed to find cool, but actually found upsetting. My great contribution to society was walking onto an overlit Nickelodeon set shouting lines about fried chicken. My character liked fried chicken, and that's what the kids were looking up to? Granted, we can't all be Pema Chodron, but there was something about the shallowness of my success that made me resented. That resentment festered, providing even more fuel to my disordered eating. I actively began to engage in unhealthy behavior again. In fact, after the show concluded, McCurdy had to take some private time to herself to get her life back on track and handle her inner demons. It doesn't sound like she has yet gotten over the negative experiences she had on the show. I had to kind of fight the demons on my own time. I went dark. I went off of social media. I quit acting. I had to make these pretty big life decisions in order to deal with my stuff, my life. I still have complicated feelings towards my past from my experience with Nickelodeon. It's something that I work on. I'd like to get to a place of peace with my past. That would be great, she said. Another big name missing from the announcement is Noah Monk, who played Carly's friend, Gibby. Monk is currently starring on the show The Goldbergs and could possibly simply not have time to work on both projects. But there has been an intense reaction from fans who want to see Gibby back on the show, so he may reprise his role sometime in the future. Dan Schneider's shady drama. The show will have new producers, Jay Kogan and Ali Schouten. Its original creator, Dan Schneider, will not be taking any part in production. Schneider is currently facing a number of very serious allegations, some involving child as well as an apparent obsession with feet. In 2018, Schneider and Nickelodeon released a joint statement when they decided to break ties. Despite the allegations that certainly inspired the split, the network claimed to be parting ways with Schneider on friendly terms. They expressed their gratitude to the producer for the work he contributed to their network. Following many conversations together about the new directions and future opportunities, Nickelodeon and our longtime creative partner, Dan Schneider, Schneider's Bakery, have agreed to not extend the current deal. Since several Schneider's Bakery projects are wrapping up, both sides agreed that this is a natural time for Nickelodeon and Schneider's Bakery to pursue other opportunities and projects. As the statement went on, the network named some of the great shows they produced alongside Schneider, such as iCarly, and made it clear that they would be parting ways on good terms. In their statement, they did not address any of the allegations that have been made against Schneider. The fact that Schneider will not be involved in the reboot of iCarly will ultimately be in the show's best interest. He has been deemed problematic in the world of Hollywood, and if he had been involved in the show, it could potentially bring about greater controversy that would take away from the success of the show. Even as recent as 2021, there have been new rumors and allegations against the former producer. There's no question that he'll have to face these rumors head-on in the near future. When will it happen? The reboot is expected to take place in the next half of the year, but the official release date has not yet been announced. Filming for the show is believed to have begun in January of 2021. Because of COVID-19 safety precautions and restrictions, filming could be delayed. While fans anxiously await the reboot, they can rewatch old episodes on CBS All Access or with the Amazon Prime Video add-on. Is there a trailer for the iCarly Reboot? As of February 2021, an official trailer for the iCarly Reboot has not been released. However, fans can expect one to come out in early 2021. So what do you think? Will the reboot be a hit, or will fans reject the new, more mature storyline? Let us know in the comments.